What's going on, HPP fam? Welcome back to another episode. I've already started working this morning, and that's on this charger. And we didn't do anything special except for some basic maintenance on this one today. We just changed the serpentine belt, put a new gates on it. Customer stated he's seen some frays on the old belt, so he wanted it replaced. So we got that taken care of for him. This one's all wrapped up. We're gonna get it outside. TJ's is pretty much wrapped up as far as the tuning side. We still have quite a few other little small modifications due to it. It's ready to come off the dyno, get some street driving, and then it's time to cut the hood, put some latches on it, and build a custom intake for it. The one that's on it, I just kind of threw together, but that's not the one it's leaving with. And then, whoo-hoo! It's just pretty to look at. So can't wait to make some more progress this week on Royce's, but we got everything in for our C10. So we're gonna be diving in on that, and Bowser's up and running. So we gotta get crack-a-lacking on that one this week. Also, we should be tuning on our Hellcat Redeye this week as well too. So stick with us, stay tuned, let's get after it. As you can see, guys, built a little custom intake real quick, and as you can see, our 300 is currently getting blown apart and getting ready for a cam. Gio's been diligently working on this hot little Texas day. About to get the other cylinder head off, get this front cover off, and see what we're working with. moving right along on this hump day. We've got our next car on the lift, and that's this 50th anniversary wide body Challenger. This is a 6.4 liter Hemi, and this is another out-of-state car. This one is from Louisiana. Appreciate you guys bringing the car down to get some love. We are doing a Texas Speed camshaft, long tube headers, and I believe a flex fuel deal and injectors. So Gio's diving right on in and getting after it. As you guys can see, Gio has been banging away at our cam job, and he's ready to start putting in new parts. Super exciting. Preparations, we're going to be cutting that hood soon. And then, as you can see, we've got this bright green Challenger on the dyno with an older style Whipple. This thing's fully built. I don't know if you guys recognize this car, but we did this car a long time ago. But he has since, the motor blew, he has since built it. I believe it's all forged now, and then the heads are ported. So, got her on the dyno. Got the calibration pretty close, got it dialed in pretty close. I'll drop the idle some more, see if I can't get this cam chopping a little bit harder. It sounded good, but I think it could sound better. So we're going to go ahead and start making some tugs on this thing. Oh, by the way, our Redeye here, it's made 950 or 60 horsepower and then 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. That thing is a monster. Anyways, let's dive into the challenge. Gio be moving at the speed of sound. Don't be picking up the camera. Sus, I see you. Doing some valve cover gaskets, because as you can see, our 6.4 is almost back together. See the front cover's on, motor's time, we got our valve springs in, rocker shafts, push rods, our new long tube headers, some hiding back there, are all installed. So, this thing should be all back together this afternoon. We still have injectors to do and a ProFlex, but it'll at least be all back together. So now Gio's getting rocking and rolling on the last part of the modifications happening to this 6.4 Hemi, and that is a ProFlex Commander. So we've got our DW 660. No, don't get me lying. We'll just say they're 60 pounds, so 600cc DW injectors are installed. That way we are sure we have adequate fueling for ethanol with this vehicle. Being that it's got long tube headers and a stage 2 camshaft. So once we get the ProFlex all installed, then this thing will be hitting the dyno, and we'll see what kind of power she makes. Update on our Whipple car. It's been giving me some headache. I've got some things going on with idle and no surging stuff, but just some idle stuff I'm not happy with. So we're gonna pull this thing off the dyno and do some diag, make sure we don't have any air leaks, and just kind of go over the build. It came in for tuning, and I think maybe, turn that fan down, I think maybe we have an issue. As you can see by this puddle on the ground, our 300 has an issue too, so parked her back outside, but she's all done and she fires up and she runs and drives. but the rear radiator or rear coolant hose on the back of the firewall where there's a plastic T broke when we were sitting here letting it idle. So she's outside, we're waiting on the new parts to come in, but that one's pretty much all wrapped up too. It just needed to hit the dyno for numbers. So that is your update. Ooh, it's bright. It's hot too. It's like, feels like it was 111 today, so it's a hot one. We'll see what tomorrow brings. So guys, we're gonna bring this week to a close. As you can see, we've got our 50th anniversary Challenger all wrapped up. Got the DW650 injectors, our Pro Flexes installed, Texas Speed long tube headers with cats, Texas Speed stage 2 camshaft installed. Right, stage 2 or stage 3, Gio? Stage 2 camshaft installed. So first of next week, we'll get the tune dialed in on this one and get her on back to Louisiana. We have all of our parts in for our Project C10, so hopefully next week we can dive into that. You'll see that hit the dyno. We got to cut the hood on TJ's, but it is all done. And then our 300 still has a problem. It runs, but we're trying to figure out an electrical issue. And then we'll get back to this once we find out what's going on with it. But that's going to do it for this week's episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed the content. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you on the next episode. Peace.